Hello there, lovely people, it's Alex from Nintendo Life here, back with more Pokémon GO goodness, because that's what's happening right now. Today I'm going to run you through everything you need to know about the gym battle system, because it's not as straightforward as it should be. Quick disclaimer beforehand, the information in this video may not be relevant in the future if the app changes in one way or another. I don't know whether it will, but it may do, so please do bear that in mind. It is still early days for the app, so things may yet change. But enough waffling, let's get into it. When you see a gym on the map, chances are it'll be one of three colours: red, blue or yellow. These correspond to the respective three teams in the game. You've got Team Valor, Team Mystic and Team Instinct. Join Team Instinct is the best one, guys. If you're not level 5 yet, you're gonna need to get up to level 5 at the very least in order to interact with these gyms. So while you're doing that, if you haven't got there already, I'll just be admiring this marvellous photo of myself. You know, you carry on. If it's a colour that's not related to your team, you can battle to try and claim it as your own. Depending on the gym's prestige level, you may have to fight it more than once to overthrow the fiends who currently protect it. In order to do so, you'll have to choose a team of 6 Pokémon to bring into the fight, although the game usually does a good job of picking your best 6 right away. Once you're in the battle, it's time to get those thumbs moving as you perform attacks by tapping on the screen, so the faster you do this, the better. Different Pokémon have different attacks, and some are faster than others, some are more powerful than others, but generally what it comes down to more than anything is your Pokémon's combat power. The higher this number is, the stronger your Pokémon is, and therefore the more damage you do in the battle, so the easier it is to win. It's pretty basic stuff. Don't simply rely on your thumb tapping prowess to get you through the fight though. Keep an eye on that blue bar up there. As you attack, it'll fill up, and once a segment is full, you can tap and hold to unleash a much more powerful attack. Every Pokémon has a pool of moves that it can have, so check every single one of your Eradicates and see which one has Hyper Beam. Even if you do have Eradicate with Hyper Beam, don't get too complacent, because the enemy Pokémon can also use these special moves against you, and that's not as biscuits. As you're attacking, watch the enemy, and if it looks like it's going to launch a special attack, start dodging by swiping either left or right repeatedly. But make sure you're not swiping left then right, as you'll accidentally move back into the path of the attack, and that's totally not gravy, dudes. If your Pokémon takes so much damage that it faints, then the next Pokémon in your team will come forth to deal its own personal brand of punishment. It is also worth noting that types do have an effect in this game. In fact, it's pretty much the same way that they do in the main game. For example, Grass is super effective against Rock, Dark is super effective against Psychic, and Fighting isn't very effective against Flying. Because if you're actually trying to punch a bird, when you're facing an opponent whom you're not very effective against, it's definitely worth switching your Pokémon out to something more appropriate, which you can do so by tapping the button in the bottom right hand corner. And that's about the size of it. There's nothing really else worth mentioning beyond the fact that you can actually train in your own gyms. You know, if it's basically the same Team Instinct and you are Team Instinct, which you should be, you can train in there and it'll raise your gym's prestige, which is kind of like its defense level. Oh, and one last thing, if your Pokemon's injured, you can only heal it with potions. There's no Pokemon centers or anything like that, so make sure you're well stocked up. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you click and hold that subscribe button, hoping it's Hyper Beam, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye. Eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed that I am slightly sunburnt around the facial area, and indeed on the arms, and that basically comes down to Pokémon GO. And thus, if you thought I was appealing before, then I'm even more so now.